If you're seeking information on fishing in or around Richards Bay, KZN, South Africa, you're going to want to stay tuned for the latest fishing news brought to you by Boise's Fishing. Because if you plan to fish anywhere in or around the Bay Area anytime this week, this video is going to help you make an informed decision on when would be the best day to go. First, let's talk about what's happening deep sea. A lot of guys this past week have been catching snook off the boats, on the paddle skis, particularly on lures and spoons. There have been snook that I've spoken to guys that have caught some, and they tell me that they've caught on some strip baits, some live baits, but mainly spoons. One spoon in particular that I want to talk to you guys about, but I feel that it would be better if you see me in person at the store, and then I would show you exactly what seems to be working, at least this week. On that note, Basil Manning is having a huge winter sale, so if you're around the area, feel free to visit your local Basil Manning and pick up some goodies. We have some great sales happening at the store at the moment, from rods, reels, just general tackle, anything you kind of need. Come and see me at the shop and I will just run you basically through what's happening, what there is to offer. And in addition to that, from the rock and surf side of things, it's been really good. Guys have been catching some cob, especially at night, and pompano early morning. So if you guys want to target some cob, this would be the best time to do that. I would encourage you as well to practice some healthy fishing practice and of course some moderation. And in more local news, Richards Bay is hosting their annual 21 species competition, where the guys would go out on the boats and try to reach the benchmark to win the grand prize of 50,000 rands, which is huge. So good luck to you guys, and if you're watching this, of course, after the competition and you happen to be the winner, congratulations. Alright, so as promised, let's step onto our favorite app. In today's video, we are going to be using Windguru. Feel free, of course, to use your own personal apps when you go and check out the weather. There's many of these apps that you can choose from. I would encourage you guys, if you have some really good suggestions, please leave them in the comments and then we'll explore those maybe in future videos. But today we're just going to use old-fashioned Windguru. We're going to check out what the weather has in store for us this week, and hopefully we can squeeze in a bit of fishing. Okay, let's go here. So the Windguru app for Richards Bay, as you can see here. Today is the 1st of July, it is a Sunday. As I'm recording this video, it is Sunday evening. As you can see here, the timestamp, it's almost 11:30. Here is the 1st, this is where we are right now. Sunday obviously is the 2nd. So from morning all the way till Sunday night, as you can see, it's from 6 knots down to 4 knots, 3 knots. So there's hardly any wind. So if you enjoy fishing when it's hardly windy, this will be very nice for you to fish. I'll get into more detail as to where I would fish based on what I'm looking at over here. But in terms of wind, there's no wind on Sunday, tomorrow. Monday, same story. As you can see, it starts to pick up a bit at 11 o'clock. Till 1 o'clock, and then as you can see up till 9 o'clock it's at 10 knots at a constant wind. Here are the gusts. So in between this wind you've got heavy gusts from 10 up to 20, 19, as you can see, down back to 10, and then obviously later that day the wind kind of dies off, so there's no gusts and hardly any wind on Sunday, which is very nice. Monday, same story, all the way up to Tuesday. Monday, as you can see in the red here, it's going to be gusting heavy on Monday. So Monday afternoon, if you want to fish, you just be prepared to be blasted by the wind from time to time. Then it goes to Tuesday, the 4th, same story here, not too much wind. Wednesday is a no-go. You're going to be blasted heavy if you fish on Wednesday. As you can see, it is blood red here. So it's going to be heavy gusts. I wouldn't be surprised if there's actually heavy storms coming on this day, in terms of the predictions at least. As you can see here, we have heavy cloud cover. So this whole Wednesday is kind of out for fishing. I don't think anyone in their right mind is going to go and fish on the beach or on the boats on Wednesday. So Wednesday is a definite no-go, as you can clearly see. Then Thursday, it seems to get a bit better, but you're still looking at huge waves. I mean, 3 meters, 3.9, 3.5. Look at Wednesday, 5.3 meters. So yeah, I don't know. This is looking pretty bleak. I didn't expect the weather to be like this because I actually wanted to fish one of these days. Anyways, yeah, let's continue. Friday, yeah, we're looking a bit better in terms of the wind and the gusts, but it still doesn't look pretty. It is, yeah, it's actually pretty terrible later that day, Friday night. So yeah, let's continue and look here till Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, it looks alright, but yeah, again the waves are large. It's 2.2, 2.5, 2.4 meters. So that's it's not looking too good, guys. And we conclude on Sunday, as you can see here, again 3.6 meters, 4.4 meter swells, 4.8, 5 meter swells, and yeah, not so much wind, but the beach and the sea is going to be a bit angry by the looks of it most of next week. Sorry to give you such a terrible report, but this is what I'm seeing, as you can see yourself. So yeah, so if we go back and look at what's happening here, as I explained over here, you got some wave action happening, and these are the meters. So this is how large the swell actually gets, and you kind of want to fish somewhere between like a 1.5, 1.6, which is okay, and lower than that's even better. Anything above 2 is kind of sketch, but yeah, you could fish if you really wanted to. And look, if you're fishing like the harbor, the only thing you really have to worry about is the wind. Generally in harbors or estuaries, you don't have to worry so much about the wave action. That's more out on the surf and obviously out at sea. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And I want to talk about the wave period here. So from my understanding with the wave period, and I stand to be corrected, guys, feel free to just correct me when I'm wrong. Just note it down in the comments and I will take notes of that. But from my understanding, you kind of want a shorter wave period. You don't want a larger or longer wave period in seconds. Because from what I understand, the larger wave period basically just means that the waves or the groundswell has more time to accumulate energy before the next wave crashes. So if you have a closer wave period, like somewhere between a 7 or a 9, for example, that's only 9 seconds before the next wave crashes. So what that tells me is that the waves are closer together, meaning that you have a constant surge of deep water, and you don't have a larger time or a larger stretch of time where the energy builds up and the waves crash. And usually when that's the case, you have a heavy groundswell, which isn't ideal for rock and surf, because then you pull left, right, and you get pulled all over the place, and the fish just don't want to chow in rough seas, and that's typical of a larger wave period from what we can see over here. I mean, from 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 15 seconds, in combination with also the size of the waves, 1.9, 1.8 with a 15-second wave period. So it doesn't really look good from the side. And as you can see, if you just go through here, you'll note that you only have a couple of days where the wave periods are much lower, like over here at 7, over here at 9, over here at 8. But then it doesn't help that the sea is a bit rough. As you can see, it's like 3.6 meters over here. Okay, down over here, temperature, it's looking pretty constant, 25 degrees, 24 degrees, 14 degrees. So it does drop and it gets a bit chilly, but that's all right. I mean, you can always dress warm when you're fishing at night. I rather prefer the cold than the heat. I can deal with the cold, I can always dress warm, but the heat, there's no escape. So yeah. That's basically just the temperature, not a very big deal. Over here, there's a bit of cloud cover, so that shows me that there's going to be some rain, especially on Sunday afternoon, which is on the 2nd. It looks like it's going to be heavy cloud cover, so there might be some rain there. Monday, it looks like there's no cloud cover. And then again on Wednesday, it looks like there's some cloud cover up to 95%. And over here, You can see the perspiration means that there's going to be some water, meaning that there probably will be some rain here. And yeah, then some tide action here. If you're interested in seeing what the tides are. High tide tonight or today was at 1:30. That's irrelevant now because obviously by the time you watch this video, this wouldn't be relevant anymore. But going forward, as you can see, the tides fluctuate here. Let's look at Sunday. Sunday afternoon, the high tide will be at 2:30, and it will be at its lowest at 20 to 9. And yeah, then Monday, as you can see here, if I can look here, it looks like it's going to be high at 2 in the morning, low at 9 in the morning. You can just go through this graph to just note for yourself where the tides are going to be and where you would prefer to fish. If you found any value in this video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. It just helps the channel grow. And feel free to check out some of the missions that I've been on in the previous videos, especially the one I did last week. It was pretty cool. So guys, thanks again. I will see you soon. Have a great evening.